This video was made possible by Jacob Jones Money, my other channel, which I post on every day that this channel does not receive a video. Go subscribe there for videos every single day of the year. Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals. Alright, so today I'm going to be smoking a cigarette next to a giant Ferris wheel in Japan. This Ferris wheel right here, to be precise. And as we can see, it is absolutely massive. And it is right next to the Osaka Aquarium, which I just went through and which was fantastic. I really enjoyed my time at the aquarium, but I spent so much time in there that now I feel the need for a cigarette. And as luck would have it, there is a smoking area right next to the giant Ferris wheel in front of me right there. So where I'm walking to right now is indeed that smoking area, and what I'm going to be doing during this video is indeed, well, smoking a cigarette next to a giant Ferris wheel in Japan. First off though, before we go ahead and get to smoking, I actually want me a bottle of water or Pocari Sweat just right off the bat, because I finished off a bottle of water about halfway through the aquarium and I have been needing some water for a couple minutes now, so I think I'm gonna grab me a bottle of that real quick before we actually go ahead and get to smoking. But after that, we're getting to smoking. As we can see though, the Ferris wheel, it is huge. I don't really know if my camera is doing it justice, but it really is massive, but it's pretty cool to see. A Ferris wheel this big? Man, that's just something that I haven't seen a lot of, I'll acknowledge. I've seen Ferris wheels, but none of which have been this big. And it looks like each individual car also has individual air conditioning, which is really interesting. Like, that's not something I've seen before either. All the Ferris wheels I've seen have been like at, the state fair and stuff like that in my local area. And like, they don't have air conditioning, it's just a Ferris wheel. What do I want to drink though? There is Dr. Pepper. It's tempting to have Dr. Pepper, but honestly, I kind of just want some water. But it's 150 yen for water. That's kind of pricey. Do they have any cheaper water? They do not. Well, I have a 500 yen coin in my hand, so we're all good. I think I'm just gonna get some water, honestly, and that's gonna be what I go for, because that's what I want. Get the rest of my money back out. That the rest of my money, 350, that is all good. And I'm gonna go and just grab the bottle of water out as well. And I'm going to real quick just sit down at this bench right here and I'm gonna have a sip of my water. And then after that, we gonna go ahead and have a smoke. No complaints on my behalf, let me tell y'all what. Let's have some water though real quick. Ooh, I feel so much better, let me tell y'all what. Now, there are a couple people in the smoking area where I'm gonna be smoking at, and I don't want to disrupt the peace too much. And so as such, I will be a little bit quieter in the smoking area right over there than not. But there's the smoking area over there. There's the Ferris wheel. I'd have to say that's about as close as you could possibly smoke a cigarette to this Ferris wheel. I'm trying to think of the right way of organizing my words for what I'm trying to say. It's about as close as you can get to the Ferris. It's about as close as you can smoke a cigarette to the Ferris wheel. Y'all know what I'm trying to say, I think, I hope, maybe. Get words all jumbled up. Let's go and have a smoke, though. I need one. And there we go, y'all. Smoking a cigarette next to a giant Ferris wheel in Japan. Certainly no complaints on my behalf, that is for sure. Just trying to get the Ferris wheel in the background of the video with my cigarette. Big baller moves. I do need to go and ash my cigarette though, so let's go ahead and do this real quick. No complaints on my behalf, none at all. Man, though, good view, good smoke, no complaints on my behalf. in this smoking area, supported by JT, sponsored by JT. They're probably the ones who supplied this sticker. And that's why it says supported by JT, more than likely, in all honesty. Overall, this smoking area, now that nobody is in it, because I think everybody finished off their cigarette, but I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you guys real quick now that nobody is in it. Overall, it's pretty solid. You know, nothing really too much going on the ground or anything like that kind of thing. Got some gates up to let you know exactly where the smoking area is and everything like that. It's got only one ashtray, which, if this smoking area was super busy, would not be nearly enough, but I get the distinct impression that this smoking area doesn't really get all that much traffic, I will acknowledge, just because there's another one right down there, and then there's another one over there as well, so there's like 3 different smoking areas within a minute walk from each other, so I'm figuring this one does not get as much traffic as it would if it was the only one in this area, but I'd have to say, really, the best thing about this smoking area is the view. I mean, like, is that even gonna fit in the entire frame? Is it? I don't know. I can't really tell, in all honesty, but that is huge. That's massive. Just like these nuts. Gotta admit, smoking a cigarette next to a giant Ferris wheel in Japan, it's the moves. It's the moves, I will acknowledge. Now, is this my first ever time smoking a cigarette next to a giant Ferris wheel in Japan? Believe it or not, this is actually my 3rd time doing this. This is not my first time doing this. I've done this a total of 2 times before this experience. The last time I came to Osaka, I went to the aquarium, and this time I am in Osaka. I also went to the aquarium. And after I went to the aquarium the last time, I smoked here. Before I went to the aquarium this time, I smoked here in the exact same smoking area. And so this is my 3rd time smoking a cigarette next to a giant Ferris wheel in Japan. No complaints on my behalf. Been a solid time every time so far. Now, I do want to grab myself a thumbnail. I'm trying to think if I want a second cigarette, so I'm trying to think if I care to try to grab a thumbnail right now, or if I want to grab one in a minute. I think I will have a second cigarette, because I could go for another one. I was in the aquarium for about an hour and a half. Very good aquarium, by the way. If you all stop by Osaka, then the Osaka Aquarium, definitely a worthwhile place to stop by. I mean, like, they got some pretty cool whale sharks. They got a tiger shark. They used to have a capybara. I didn't see it this time. But they got a bunch of really cool stuff, and it's an overall worthwhile aquarium to stop by, especially for the price, in my personal opinion, which really is not as much as aquariums in the United States. Definitely less than a comparable aquarium, which I would say would be like a Georgia Aquarium, as they also have whale sharks there, if I'm remembering correctly. Or am I getting those confused with orcas? I can't remember. Either way, though, that's all there was to my first cigarette. Just put it in there. Can't be littering. And I do think, without further ado, it's time for me to go ahead and get a second cigarette all lit up. And I think it's time for me to go ahead and grab a screenshot with the Ferris wheel in the background as well. So I think I'm gonna go and do that real quick. Alrighty though, hopefully one of those works for a screenshot for the thumbnail of this video. We will find out. I think I forgot to mention what cigarette I'm smoking today, if I remember correctly. And so I'll go and mention it now. I am currently smoking a Highlight Original Filter cigarette from Japan. These are rum-scented cigarettes, quote-unquote, but they're more like rum-flavored, if you ask me. And I gotta admit, I enjoyed them the last time I was in Japan, and I'm enjoying them even more this time around. So, no complaints on my behalf. But let's just take a look at the view. There's the aquarium back there, some vending machines, some other buildings and everything like that. We can see there's some like wind things. There's a I almost said zebra, but it's a giraffe made out of Lego over there. There's the giant Ferris wheel. There's a cafe right there, and that's the view. And a giant bridge over there, which is pretty big. And I will acknowledge, I do like seeing large bridges with the cars driving by, so that's pretty cool to see. But yeah, no complaints. Good view, good spot to have a smoke. Solid smoke. Overall, no complaints on my behalf, I will acknowledge. I'm just looking off in the distance and I'm seeing, I want to see if I can show y'all. I don't know if you guys can see very well, but there's an apartment building over there, and like above each of the windows, there's like a cartoon character or something along those lines. Pretty interesting choice, design-wise, for the building, I will acknowledge. Interesting, interesting. But I'm almost done with my second cigarette. I'm feeling like my nicotine meter has been filled. I'm feeling much better than I was at the beginning of this video, not only because I had some water, which I am wanting some more of, but also because I've had a cigarette. Been a couple hours since last time I had a smoke, so glad to be having one. Been about an hour and a half. I went to the museum at, oh wow, maybe, well, I'd say about an hour and a half by the time I started this video, or at the time I started this video. Because it's currently 3:16 in the afternoon. Went to the aquarium around 1:15. So 2 hours pretty much on the dot. Yeah, about an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. Something like that, yeah. But that's all there was to my cigarette. I'm gonna go ahead and just put it in the ashtray right there. And now, I think it's time for me to end the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video where I smoked a cigarette next to a giant Ferris wheel in Japan. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video, of course, like and subscribe for more content, and check out everything in the description down below. Appreciate y'all watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Until the next one, stay safe and peace, and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?